This episode of Capes of Lunatic Sidekicks is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
What about our Quasar podcast, The Quantum Zone?
Wendell Vaughn, the first Earthman ever put into the protector of the universe. Bonded to the energy-transforming quantum bands that were both weapons and symbols of his station, he fought an ongoing battle to defend all life in the universe from cosmic evil as Quasar.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Zone. I guess we're going to do episode 29. We haven't been blinked out. The universe hasn't been blinked out yet. I am Phil. And joining me is Master of the Quantum Zone.
I am Will. Hey, everyone.
And Master of YouTube.
Yeah. I'm Matt. Here I am. Like, subscribe.
Tell them, what are they supposed to subscribe to? Come on.
Hit the thumbs up button. Look up Yale Matt. Oh my God. Yale Matt recap.
Yeah, there we go.
Still getting used to it.
All right, so yes, we got that popular YouTube star to join us.
Yeah, I'm here.
He's going to stop taking our calls pretty soon, you know.
Oh, but Matt, did you watch the Captain Marvel trailer yet?
I did watch it.
Because Will wanted to quiz you.
Yeah, what'd you think, man?
Quizzes! I wasn't ready for a quiz. I watched it immediately after the podcast last week, so I haven't brushed up on it.
There will be a test now. What'd you think? You know, because Phil and I talked about it a little bit last week, and you hadn't seen it yet, so.
Yeah, and I liked it. I felt like it was it was a good trailer. It makes you want more. It gives you it's almost a little short film. You get a little bit of background, a little mystery, and then a whole bunch of cosmic stuff and some shooting, and of course an old lady getting punched in the face.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. Unexpected. That's fun. You know.
I love the internet. Why'd you punch that old lady? She's a sprawl, you fool.
Come on.
Did you see the name of, I guess in her past, her flight buddy? I think it was Maria Rambeau. Was that what it was?
Yeah. For some reason, they changed Monica's name, but yeah.
Well, I think Monica's going to be her daughter because this takes place back in the 90s, right?
Oh, yeah.
So Monica could be her daughter. That was one of the things I was reading on it. So in the present time, when Carol comes back, Monica could be old enough potentially to be a Captain Marvel.
I just wonder if they were going to give her energy powers like the comic book, but watch. They probably used that name and maybe switched it to Marie from Monica, because watch, she's probably like a red herring. Watch, she'll be like a Skrull or something.
Yeah. Dang it.
Like, I didn't see that coming.
Her call sign on her plane was Photon, though, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yes. and we got a Blockbuster video.
Yeah.
I remember great. Blockbuster.
I can see them playing in this movie. What says 90s? Blockbuster.
Yeah, exactly.
They should do a pop-up Blockbuster video when the movie comes out to celebrate.
Here's some DVDs for you, kids.
Yeah.
I think there are still some Blockbuster videos in America somewhere, but they mostly turn into like a candy shop near the end. That's pretty much what it was.
I was gonna say, isn't there I thought that I saw there was one, wasn't there one or two in like Alaska or something?
I think, yeah, I can remember seeing a story on those. Yeah.
Yeah. Blockbuster video that are open. I'll look it up.
All right. What else? Oh, Two-Eyed Nick Fury.
I remember when Blockbuster Video came to town. It was kind of I was a little depressed. I had two independent video stores that I liked, and even though Blockbuster was like twice as much to rent, they took over. It's sad, Yeah. But anyway, that's just me.
Well, they got theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
So I can't wait for that. stay tuned because in the month of November, well, if you subscribe to our YouTube, you'll see it sometime in October. Matt Conan and I will start our Captain Marvel special with a whole episode on Marvel.
Sweet. I'm looking forward to that.
Who it looks like we're kind of getting in the movie.
Is he Marvel or is he Jan Rog? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. Again, I don't know if they're going to try to trick us because he's going by Walter Lawson, I guess, which was an alias of Marvel's when he was on Earth. So yeah, I'm wondering if it's going to be him or if they are going to do like a red herring where it's like Jan Rog or whatever.
All right, so I researched the Blockbuster video. There were 3 in July. 2 in Alaska closed. There is 1 left. I mean, this is as of a USA Today story in July. It's in Bend, Oregon.
Okay.
Wow.
Wait a minute. That means she's falling into Oregon. That's right.
Yeah.
No.
I know.
Because it's in the past. Yeah. So it's not in Uranus. It's in Bend.
Oh, Bend.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right. Should we jump into this issue?
Yes. Before we do, though, I have one quick thing about the cover.
Oh, sure.
Remember when they used to say guest starring Spider-Man?
Oh, yes.
And have text and stuff on a cover. I like that. I mean, it's cool. You don't see. I mean, most of them are just like pose shots, and there's no dialogue. There's no.
Yeah. Every once in a blue moon, you might see like a word bubble or something, but yeah. I don't know if they're just like, oh, people like the art too much or...
Yeah, I like it too. It's got the Spider-Man logo. What I don't like is above the Avengers, it just says Thor, Captain America, Iron Man. They're not a trio. Come on. You got 5 heads in the side box. I know they're the main stars, but
I guess they gave you the 4 big names. They give you the 3 up top: Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man. Then you get Spider-Man in the blurb there.
Yeah.
And then you have Vision's face in the bottom corner. Like, what? No mention? Come on.
Yeah. And they put Cersei. Cersei is in the corner box.
Yeah.
I mean, no Quasar.
No. And her hair, it looks funny in that. It looks like she's just wearing a big neck pillow that you wear on an airplane.
Looks like Moondragon with a big neck pillow. So, picking up where we left off last time, after Spider-Man shot the web that almost destroyed the universe.
Again.
We just get a big first page. Ha 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 ha. An image of Nebula floating over the stranger's ship. And just a little word bubble. Did I do... Spider-Man going on Steve Urkel. Did I do that?
Yeah. Urkel Mania was running wild. I remember... Did you ever have Urkel-O cereal?
No.
The worst cereal. It tasted like paint. It was terrible.
Okay, first off, please don't eat paint. It could be bad for you.
Especially old paint. Hey, if it's new paint, they don't have that lead in it. Come on.
Yeah. I would never eat expired paints. Come on.
Yeah.
You know what was a good cereal? Stefano's. That was Stephen Urkel's alter ego, Stefano. All right, I'm really falling flat on these.
I was gonna say I can't give you the drum for that one, man.
No. I do the Urkel dance out of the room. That would have killed on the Family Matters podcast I'm starting soon.
There we go.
Look for Matt and Yale's Family Matters podcast.
Yeah. We recap later episodes of Family Matters.
After that one daughter just disappears.
Yeah, and the aunt. Yeah.
Oh my lord, Thanos snapped him out of existence.
That's right. There we go.
But so on the front page we don't get the title, but we get the credits. Fabian Nicieza, who I just talked to a few weeks ago, scroll down, writer.
Yeah, that's a good one. I listened to it. Talking to Deadpool. Yeah.
Thanks, man. Was this like the transition? Because wasn't last issue, wasn't it him and John Byrne, and now all of a sudden it's just
I think so. Give me a second. I will find out for sure.
Because didn't Byrne just like he left Marvel
kind of abruptly.
Yeah, because he was like jumping back and forth at this point because he had been at Marvel, then he jumped over to DC and like rebooted Superman, then he came back over here and was writing Avengers and West Coast Avengers, then he was gone again.
Yeah, John Byrne he got the plot credit last time, and Fabian got the script credit.
So Fabian full credit this time, and then we get Paul Ryan and Tom Palmer artists. Jack Morelli letters, Max Sheely colors, Howard Mackey editor, Tom DeFalco chief, and a big special thanks to Tom Morgan for an 11th hour art assist.
The dreaded deadline doom must have been hanging heavily over them.
I was gonna say it's summer. It was summer. This wasn't like a twice monthly, but it's just June.
I think next issue they go bi-monthly though, don't they? Or is it the one after that?
I don't know. We'll find out in like 3 episodes after we do Quasar 11 and 12 because we'll jump right back into the next issue of Avengers.
Oh, and then hey, what happens after we finish those Avengers issues?
Oh, you mean in December?
No, in January.
Oh, our January into mystery. Oh, he can't wait. Look at him. October's in a few days, and he's already like, oh, January. And if you want to follow,
he's got a New Year's Eve hat on and all that.
That's right.
Oh, we should do that. If you want to follow along with us in January, the Cosmos and Collision trade's coming in. How soon? Will
24 days. Not that I'm counting at all.
I know. I thought you had like the hours and minutes before.
Give me a minute and I can figure that out.
Oh, good lord. All right. So anyway, Spider-Man fired the web. Nebula has all this godlike power now, and it's gathered everyone on, was that the Stranger ship?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. To his main monitor room, including the Stranger and all the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man, did I do that? And she says, oh, you certainly did, Spider-Man, my unsuspecting Terran toy. Your rash action unwittingly triggered the means to your own destruction. But please, I will allow you the honor of begging for your lives. It may not do you much good, for after all, Nebula the First will forever more be known as, and there's your title,
a Vengeful God.
And again, we get like the introduction in the boxes. Cersei, Eternal Mistress of Molecules, Iron Man, Mechanized Fighting Machine, Captain America, Legendary Super Soldier, and Spider-Man, Wall-Crawling Wonder, certainly have their doubts. As do the Vision. Oh, they got it right this issue. Density Controlling Synthezoid. Not Destiny. Density. The Stranger, Mysterious Investigator of Galactic Phenomenon, who we'll get to again when, Will?
Oh, very, very soon. Perhaps
in January.
I can't wait till the last podcast we record in December, and then at the end we talk about the next time we want to get together, and Will's like, what about 1201, January 1st?
Yeah. It's second Christmas.
We might just have to do 2 episodes that week just to put him out of his misery. So be like, okay, we'll drop it later. Let's just record it. Gunther, Nebula's Regalian henchman. They gave him time off from Central Perk. And Thor, Norse god of thunder, and Star Fox, the love god, Eros of Titan. The love god.
Wait, you gotta do your drop on that, man.
Oh, that's right. Let me find it. Eros, the love god.
There we go.
Should hit that anytime if he uses his power in a comic.
He is shaking his butt. There's a little bit of tush Eros is showing in that big panel.
I don't think it's going to work on his grandniece, though.
Yeah.
No.
So we get the big recap about how Nebula was fighting the Avengers on Earth, and then they all showed up with, in space, and then the Stranger showed up to take his Infinity Union back, and how it was all booby-trapped, and then how Spider-Man, Web won't hurt anything.
Yeah.
And almost ended the web that almost ended the universe.
Yeah.
And so the Stranger's getting mad, asking Gunther, how is this possible? Answer me now, or out. And Cersei, Nebula kind of just blinks him out of existence.
Yeah.
Vaporizes him. All the Avengers are like, how is this possible? And Nebula thinks, you think you're that impressive, you silly little half-life form? Well, prepare to be truly flabbergasted. And the stranger comes back, still in the middle of a sentence. He's like, wait, what happened? And Nebula vaporizes him again. He comes off, and she's like, oh, just me showing off. And the stranger like collapses, and Star Fox says the strain is too much, even for him. And Captain America says, you made your point, Nebula. There's no need to barbarically torture another sentient being in such a callous manner. She goes, what manner would you prefer I employ, my good and noble captain? Oh, I know. And then there's a flash of light, and Cersei says, what's that light? And Spider-Man again. Probably means lights out for us.
Oh, there's a wisecrack. But I want to get back to what Eero said. You know, he says the strain is too much for him. Come on, he's the stranger. I know it's spelled differently, but come on.
There he is. He's back.
The Punisher is back.
Stranger.
Yes, he's back. Punisher.
My power.
The strainer. Oh, okay. So the flash of light is Nebula showing up all big and giant. She's like, attack of the 50-foot woman.
Yeah.
How about we bring our conflict down to a purely physical level? I'm just waiting for her to say. I knew it. Oh, you beat me to it.
But
I must say, it does have a certain visceral appeal. Don't you agree? And look at this. Spider-Man, star of... Well, he's kind of in the MCU now, but Sony still owns him. I kind of like the Sony version myself.
Yeah, that was... that's one of the... That's got to be fate, right? I mean, it just has to be.
Is it fate or is it Fabian?
Or is it Sony hacking into our podcast saying you should have seen the new Venom movie?
Yeah.
Whatever it was, Avengers 3:18 very much angered Kim Jong-il.
Yeah.
Or Kim Jong-un. So Cersei's all impressed. She's like, to manipulate matter with such ease is beyond even my abilities. And Iron Man's, well, luckily, Cersei, you're not fighting Nebula alone. And Thor's like, agreed. And we don't get an Avengers Assemble. We get Captain America yelling,
Avengers Attack, yeah.
Yes. And Spider-Man, Heart Attack is more like it.
Yeah. Because he could have made a cheesy wisecrack with Assemble, you know?
Yeah. And so Cersei, or I keep saying Cersei, Nebula grabs the Vision and says, now isn't this better than simple surrender? Their shields smacking off her head and repulse our beams and magic hammers. And I guess she can even keep Vision from turning intangible. And she says, yes, false man, the better to throw you with, as she throws him at Iron Man.
That's a pretty good zing, calling him a false man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
It really hits into the core. I know he doesn't have feelings, but that would hurt even Vision, I think.
I don't know. Yeah, he doesn't have any emotions anymore, so I think I don't know. All her insults just go right through him.
Oh, nice.
But he apologizes for the Iron Man for crashing him into a wall. And then I think Thor is golfing because he says, to the floor.
To the Mighty Four. The Mighty Four?
The Mighty Four. Oh, there's a parody. Comes from Asgard to win the U.S. Open.
It's hard to putt on that Rainbow Road, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And so then Star Fox is trying to caress his grandniece. Creepy. And she says, no, your powers of persuasion will not affect me now, and sends him flying. And Cap says, she shrugged them all off in seconds. And Cersei, my molecular beams cannot breach her defenses, Captain. And Spider-Man all of a sudden grows a backbone. He says, well then, if the subtle approach failed, let me see how I do with the hammer to the head method. Didn't Thor just try that?
I thought so.
But he webs up her eyes because that webbing hasn't gotten him in enough trouble.
Exactly.
I mean, Thor was trying the hammer to the ribs method.
Yeah.
True. But he webs up her eyes as she says, "Do you not see what my," as he webs her eyes. But then she blasts it off. "Fool, what does a blindfold do to one whose very consciousness can be spread across a galaxy?" He says, really peeve one off? Thor, Captain America catches him and he says, "Thanks, coach, but we're getting killed out there." And Iron Man, "What say we try a more pedestrian tactic, Thunder God?" He's like, "Whatever it shall take to smite this demoness," as they go for her legs. And she says, just the laugh, and disappears.
I thought they were gonna just jaywalk into her.
Yeah. Very how pedestrian.
Let's ticket her, Thunder God.
You gotta love that sound effect there too. Pop. I mean,
sound. Is it a sound effect or a sounds effect?
Oh.
Just like a hammer to the head.
Like, I love Thor's facial expression after it pops.
I know. And then then the minute she disappears, he's like starts quoting Shakespeare. He's like, "Wherefore fast." It's that wherefore. And then Iron Man starts going with the nursery rhyme because he's like, "Goldilocks." As Nebula reappears and says, "Yes, it is to laugh and cry, but I prefer to vent my frustrations," as she blows Iron Man and Thor back with blasts from her hands. All in all, a far healthier attitude, I find. And even her former henchman Gunther is saying she is becoming mad with power, and when she is done with them, what is to stop her from becoming bored with her faithful servant Gunther? And Cap's like, "Fall back," and Spider-Man asks, "Can we go home now?" And he said, "We need time to catch our breath and formulate a strategy," and Vision agrees. It is doubtful Nebula will grant us that, though, and Cap says, "We have to try to lose her she can spread her consciousness across the galaxy. Let's try to lose her in the corridors."
Yeah, exactly.
What if she doesn't have a hall pass?
Oh. And Cersei says Star Fox can barely walk, and Iron Man says, "Well, can't carry him if you have to." Because none of the guys can do it. Up ahead, a chamber beckons, and they close the door, and Thor's like, "So the God of Thunder does not approve of running from one's foes." And Vision tells him how logical it is, and Cap tells him to put his pride on hold. We need time. And then on a screen, or is that a screen or just like part of the wall?
I don't know.
It looks weird because Nebula's face kind of appears, but looks like it's made out of the wall, maybe? I don't know. But she says, "Time for what, Captain? What good is time when the universe has so little left to go around?" And he's like, "Incredible. There must be a limit to your powers. I can't believe that you could actually destroy an entire universe." And she's like, "Oh, really now?"
Hold my beer.
Nice. I was going to say, is he like egging her on? It's like, "I double dog dare you.
Yeah, I know.
Destroy the entire universe."
You can't destroy the universe. Oh, yeah, hold my beer.
Nice.
And the type of beer, UFO.
Yeah.
Blitz you out of your mind and the universe.
Yeah.
But then meanwhile, at Avengers Mansion in Manhattan, back on Earth, the real star of our book.
That's right.
Jarvis.
Welcome to the Jarvis podcast. Jarvis, the team's administrative caretaker. 20 minutes ago, the cosmic champion called Quasar, and Jarvis, the team's administrative caretaker. Is that a fancy new name for butler?
Yeah, it's sort of like when you call a garbage man works in waste management or
sanitation engineer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or your secretary and executive assistant.
Yes, it's a good one.
So see, there's our secretary reference for this episode. Take a drink.
Kayla.
Yes. They were both privy to a sight rarely seen by mortal men. They witnessed the birth of a god. It was a little more than they could handle. They're lying on the floor. And Quasar's like, monitor systems overloaded. Jarvis, are you okay? I'm shaken, sir, but otherwise unharmed. What happened? He was shaken, but he's all right. So is he telling Quasar he was shaken but not stirred? Our comsat locked onto Nebula's onboard monitor systems and watched her become I'm not sure what. Then we get a blank panel. Jarvis, did you feel that? Like, everything just ceased to exist? What does that mean? I'm afraid, sir, that it means our comrades are not faring well.
What does it feel like to not exist for a second? I don't know.
Yeah, it's...
I'm confused.
I don't know, and I'm like, and the whole blank panels thing, I get it, but it's like, are you giving the artist a break? And it's like, okay, you can skip one panel on this page. Next page, you can skip 2 panels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and was that maybe the last minute Tom Morgan 11th hour art assist?
Yeah.
I'll take the blank. I'll take the blank squares, guys.
Got all of them.
Did you guys ever read the Alpha Flight Snowblind issue?
Oh yes, that's a classic.
Yeah, a lot of blank panels in that. Which, you know, I don't know if there's an official story behind it, but there's theories. You know, they just didn't want to do all the artwork for it. So it's pretty clever though. Yeah.
I think I remember after Byrne or around the same time that I think Frank Miller was on Daredevil at the time. And I think one of the things that he wanted to try was an issue completely from the vantage point of Matt Murdock. So it'd be black panels. You know, just tell it with...
Like radar, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, when you do something like that, or like half the pages are blank, do the artists only get paid like half price or whatever?
I don't know. A page is a page, I would think.
Yeah. You paid per book, per page, per whatever.
I can't help what this guy writes. But okay, before we get back to the event,
but I want to work with him again and again and again.
Yes, if you're getting paid full price, oh heck yeah. Why didn't Quasar just get up and like fly up to the ship to help the Avengers?
Because
I mean, you know, Nebula's got like godlike powers now. Wouldn't you go to try to help?
Yeah, I would think so, but
and he can get there under his own power
in minutes. I mean, he can make it to the moon and back in 10 minutes, right? Is that the test from Avengers Annual?
Something like that. And it's like, hey, I mean, she could probably teleport out, but wouldn't you try like the whole dumper in the quantum zone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of disappointing, but hey, at least he's showing up, right?
Or at least give us a scene of him in at least an Avengers Mansion going, hey, Eon, how can I beat her?
Yeah.
What can we do? Alright, so, since none of that happens, meanwhile, back on the Stranger's space arc, the Avengers are falling down the aisle 2 by 2. It would seem the villainous hath chosen to disregard us for the nonce. Guess who said that?
I don't know. Spider-Man, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, the guy from Queen said that, yes.
Yeah.
Cap saying every second we gain buys us more time to find a way to stop her, and Spidey's like, no matter how hopeless, he keeps on plugging away. Either he's the gutsiest guy I've ever known, or the craziest. And maybe this is how they know the universe is blinking out, because sentences keep getting interrupted, because Iron Man says it doesn't make sense that blank panel. Then it's like, by Yimmer's icy beard, did we cease to exist for a mo?
Yeah, because the Stranger got a little blanked out too when he said his thing, because when he came back, it didn't really make sense what he was saying. I'm trying to go back and find it.
Well, it would seem like she vaporized him, but he didn't realize it because he came back and he was like in the middle of the sentence.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, how do you know that the universe is blinked out? I mean, what is that? I still don't. I don't get it.
No one completing a sentence, or is the universe blinking out of existence?
Yeah. It could be like having a concussion without a head injury, you know? You just lose that minute. You just lose the 30 seconds or something.
Well, the second time on this page it was Thor, and they're like, oh, nothing stops that guy from completing a sentence. Yeah. And the universe had to have blinked out of existence.
Yeah.
And of course, Cap says it's Nebula's doing. No kidding. But Cersei even says these universal spasms are not really affecting us. And Star Fox is like, what could she hope to accomplish by their continuance? And Spider-Man, she already has accomplished it. She's scaring me out of my spandex. And then oh wow, a Mao behind the retreating Avengers. One big ship. Nebula, to will the universe from existence, what a pleasure unmatched in all my life. But to toy further with the mice in the maze, I will again become the maze itself. And the stranger's like, she has reintegrated herself with my ship systems. Now while her attentions are focused on the others, I must find the means to reverse this power influx she has absorbed. Regalian! I know you are here, as he rips like part of the wall away. Now you interstellar remora. Did he just call him like a stingray?
I think remora are those little tiny fish that swim around sharks.
Oh, is it? Okay. For some reason I thought it was like a stingray or something. So remoras are universal then? Or is he or has he been studying stranger studying all kinds of life? Yeah, is he like in the maybe that's one of the aliens Quasar was detecting in the ocean.
There you go.
The stranger was down there. Yeah, see?
Checking out the remora.
I could tie all kinds of useless stuff together.
No prize for you.
You will tell me how petty larcenists such as yourselves were able to do this. How did Nebula absorb the energies of the Infinity Union? And of course, so we're going to get an info dump. He says, I will talk, but more so because I fear her than you.
I think they missed a word there. I fear her more than you. I would think it should.
Oh, yeah. That's right, because he says, I fear her than you. I fear her than you. All right, spill it, Yoda. Upon purloining the infamous device from your domain, we proceeded to laboriously study it. Quite by accident, we discovered the frequency upon which the Union transmits its energies. Complex operation led to the insertion of a bioreceiver in Nebula's mind, which enables her to absorb energies from the Union. The experiments with the universal compression on Earth were done so that the Union would have massive amounts of energy to absorb and store. And Stranger's like, so when the human Spider-Man accidentally released the energy stored within the Union, it was transmitted to Nebula. There may be a way to stop her. Come, Regalian. We are returning to your mistress's ship. And they disappear with a shawoo. Shawoo. And so they go back to Nebula's ship, but then deep in the heart of the Stranger's Ark, the Avengers have made the mistake of wandering into a weapons room. And Nebula is in complete control of it. And of course, Spider-Man, we can't catch a break coming or going today. And Cersei, wait a second.
Have a care, Eros. I will protect you.
Okay, I thought it looked like it's kind of smudged on my copy.
Mine is also smudged. Yeah.
Okay. So at first I couldn't see if that was care or if she was like saying, or if, we're missing words again. I'm like, have a carry Eos. Eos, I do.
I thought she was giving him a car from the weapons room. Maybe it was a Batman
car. Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Have a car.
Here, have a car.
You get a car. You get a car. We're being overwhelmed again, troops. Let's try to work our way out in unison. And then some kind of tentacled robot grabs Iron Man. He says, if someone could lend a hand, and Spider-Man's stuck in a tube all Amazing Spider-Man #1 style. He's like, I'll take 2 hands and a foot. At this point, maybe a big toe and a spleen. And the robot's draining Iron Man's energy reserves, and Spider-Man's gas starts filling the tube Spider-Man's in, and he's like, I wasn't kidding about help here. Thor, Circe, Vish, anyone. That's when Nebula appears. 2 mice trapped. But you, dear Captain, along with the Asgardian and the Eternal, I will kill with my bare hands. And Cap calls for retreat again. And Thor says, but our comrades, back now! And Vision says, an airlock appears our only recourse. And that's where we go. And they close another door. Even if it buys us 5 minutes. And Thor says, at the cost of our friends' lives. And Cersei seals the chamber on a molecular level. Thor, the captain knew what he was doing. Don't make it any harder. He's like, mayhap it should be. We have allowed our opponent to take the battle to us. We have fled like haggling trolls. Thor's been spending too much time on the internet, man.
Yeah.
This is one fight that won't be won by force alone, old friend. If it can be won at all. Cap's not a defeatist. Come on.
Yeah, I know. It's Cap.
But then aboard Nebula's ship, the stranger, yes, I can feel it. though you found the method to mask it from even my star-spanning senses, I now feel its call. It should be a simple matter to alter the frequency transmissions, but averting Mad Nebula's attentions will require some assistance. So he calls the Avengers. He says, hear me. Nebula's receiving the energy from the Infinity Union via a broadcasting unit implanted in her brain. While it alters the signal beam, you must remove the implant. And Cap says, but that could kill her. And he's like, your point is? I mean, yeah, I get it, Cap's a hero and everything, but if it's a choice between killing Nebula and saving the entire universe, yeah.
They're in space. They've already lost 2 battles. They could die. The universe could die. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think there's only one choice, either kill her or call Dick Tracy.
Oh, yes. The ad on the next page, yeah. On my way. Boy, you ever think we'll get something like that? A watch where you can, call people? I don't know.
Sounds kind of science fiction-y to me. I don't think it'll ever happen.
I don't know, everyone. Just take a bite of your apple. So, after Cap and the Stranger are debating, killing Nebula, Thor says, the point is that we must take the battle to the villainous now, and he rips open the door. And Cap says, Thor, no. And he's like, fine then. Get ready, people. Ready or not. And Thor whips the door at Nebula and says, for victory! Well, what else would you be fighting her for?
For a draw! For truce! Truth, justice, and the Asgardian way.
For mead! Oh my lord, have you seen any of those issues of Infinity Warps that are out now?
No.
Yeah, spoiler alert, it starts in Infinity Wars miniseries. Gamora's gone like crazy. She killed Thanos and now she has the Infinity Gauntlet. And she's like, well, instead of trying to kill half the universe to get the numbers down like Thanos was doing, why don't I just combine everything? So,
okay.
Yeah, so last week we got the first miniseries. It was, Soldier Supreme, which is a combination of Captain America and Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Wow. With his sidekick Bucky Wong. And then he
did 1940s technology neurosurgery.
Oh, the Professor Urkel, who's a woman now, is trying to give him his powers, but they're mystical in nature now. He creates a shield, but it's one of those Doctor Strange mystical shields. But this week it was Iron Hammer. It's a combination of Thor and Iron Man.
Iron Hammer.
Yeah, because even what was it, issue 3, I think, of Infinity Wars, Loki saw that combo. He's like, a combination of my brother and Tony Stark. He's like, my liver's crying just looking at that combination. Because, Thor and Tony Stark, kind of heavy drinkers.
Kind of, yeah. Hey, this is in the latest Infinity Wars that's coming out now for Marvel?
Yeah. And like I said, there's separate, that's Soldier Supreme, I think, is going to be 2 issues. The first issue's out. Iron Hammer, I think, might be 2 issues. And then there's, the one's not out yet. It's, what is it? Arachnite, which is Spider-Man and Moon Knight combined.
Okay.
They want to do that old amalgam stuff, but DC and Marvel are playing ball with each other these days. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Thor throws a door, and he says for victory, and Nebula says for futility is more like it, Asgardian. And Spider-Man's starting to make a dent in his tube.
I thought he was just smashing the tube out of frustration that she's been getting the good wisecracks in.
Hey, cosmic power, ups your comedy level.
That's right.
Yeah.
Stranger's like, now, Regalian, while her attentions are otherwise occupied, I cannot stop the energy release, but I can reroute it, even if it means directing it at myself. Arg. Stranger takes a blast, and Nebula screams in pain, and Spider-Man frees himself, says, finally, get ready, Nebby, I'm steamed now. And Thor says, she doth weaken, the Stranger's plan works, the villainous be temporarily depleted. And Cap yells, Cersei now, and she says, I understand, I will perform some radical surgery and repair the wound even as I remove the implant. As you see her touch her head, and I guess takes the implant out. And Nebula looks at, I guess this is just how they drew it to show you the size, but it looks like she shrinks except for her hair.
Yeah.
That's her weave. That's her weave.
Oh man. But so she's back to normal, must escape, and Thor, like, Gambit is undone, woman, surrender with honor. And I'm like, wait, like 1990, was Gambit around? It was close, wasn't it?
It was really close.
It might have been.
I think he might have been. That was what, 266 of Uncanny?
Something like that, yeah. Because did X-Men #1 come out in 1990? Because I know he was in there for that.
Yeah,
Jim Lee?
Yeah.
90?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking Gambit was around, maybe very early on, but so Nebula tries to retreat, says, "No, I will never surrender." And now all of a sudden Spider-Man gets brave. He's like, "Frankly, I'd love if you put up a fight," as he grabs her hair, "considering we owe you plenty for what you put us through." And even Thor, who's angry, is like, "Now, Spider-Man, lo, thy sentiments mirror my own. The fighting is over. Let the healing begin." And Spider-Man's like, "Okay, Dr. Phil. What are you doing?" He's like, "You're right, Thor. I'm sorry. This is just more than I'm used to. I'm still a bit shell-shocked." And Cap's like, "We understand, son. The situations the Avengers find themselves in can be quite unsettling." And then Gunthor's like, "Avengers, the Stranger. He has been badly injured." And so minutes later, in the Stranger's medical facilities, Iron Man's recharging his armor, and he thinks, "I wish it were that easy to get Star Fox back on his feet." And the Stranger...
Try to recharge the libido without nighttime activities. You know.
Oh, nice. The Stranger's like, "I was barely able to withstand the incredible influx of energy when I turned the energies of the Infinity Union upon myself. The restorative systems in my med lab will set my biological process aright. Thank you for your quick ministrations. Thank you for having taken the risk at all," Cap says. And Thor sees Spider-Man seems troubled, and Spider-Man's like, looking at Star Fox, "Gee, look at them. They play for keeps day in and day out." Stranger says, "So it ends. Nebula's mad efforts to emulate her grandfather Thanos as an avatar of death are finished." Yeah, see, back in the day, kids, Nebula was Thanos' granddaughter, not his daughter. Sliding time, people. But the Infinity Union still exists. The prudent course of action would be for the device to be destroyed. And the Stranger says, "Agreed. I will personally see to the task." That's when Nebula says, "Gunthor, now!" And they beam out. Iron Man says, "He's activating something on his armor. I would know." So they beam out. And she has teleported her own ship and is escaping at warp velocity. We just needed a panel of her saying, "Warp 6! Engage!"
Make it so, Gunthor.
Mr. Gunthor, Warp 9, engage. "Her intrusions on my own arc have left it too damaged for rapid pursuit. The canny witch is gone."
Canny witch, okay.
He was about to say uncanny, and they're like, no, trademark.
That's right.
And Cap says, "I wouldn't worry overly much. It will be a while before she threatens anyone again." And Stranger said, "This did not end as I would have liked." And Spider-Man says, "Maybe we should be happy we survived." And Thor's like, "Mayhap not all of us." And that's weird, because, like, did they ever... I mean, Star Fox came back, but they're like, "Oh, Star Fox is in a bad shape. Like, you know, like he's almost dead." And I don't think they ever, like, brought it up again that, like, oh, you know... he recovered or anything. I think the next time he just showed up, no one ever mentioned it, or they never showed like a, you know, "Oh, you're better now."
Yeah.
Oh, was he back for that was he part of that recruitment drive? Well, we'll get there.
We'll get there, yeah.
329, but yeah.
Oh, I found Uncanny X-Men 266 looks like it was August of 1990.
Oh.
So what's the cover of this one?
This is June.
Oh, maybe they were promoting. They're like, "Oh, you like Gambits?"
Thor doesn't get enough credit for helping with the creation of Gambit.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah, that Thor, man. He's a big promoter.
I liked when Fabian was talking about Gambit and how he wrote a novel on your interview with him when you were talking about it.
Oh yes, on Wade's World. Scroll down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude was awesome, man.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I thought like Stranger really didn't care much for humans, but like when Cap asked him if he could teleport the team home, he says, "Certainly, Terran. Fairly well, Avengers. You have earned the respect of the Stranger, now and forevermore."
Yeah.
Until I run into Quasar, then I will.
Until January.
Bye, Stranger. See you in January.
Yeah. If Quasar just went on this mission, that all could have been avoided.
Exactly. Yep. Absolutely.
Or if he would have been there, he could have been like, "Hey, Strange, remember me?
Yeah.
You gave me a ride home.
We fought Nebula together."
Yeah.
Although they wouldn't have needed Stranger, Quasar would have been there.
Yeah, I know.
He could have flew them back, or quantum jump back.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, back in the mansion, we get our boy and Jarvis.
Finally, show's back up. Yeah.
He's like, "You're back. You're all right. Oh, what happened?" And Cap says, "It's a long story. Thor, could you carry Star Fox to the med lab and hook him up to the life support?" And Spider's like, "Hey, Cap, if you don't mind, I better go tell my wife I just saved the universe." She'll be all impressed.
He'll leave out the part where he kind of almost blew it up. So
Yeah, or he almost fell out of his spandex. He was so scared. Yes. And Cap says, Cap says, "Sure, let me walk you up." Because they're in the bunker because the mansion's still being rebuilt after Avengers 3:11. Scroll down. Spider-Man, I feel your abilities are needed in the war on crime. I just don't know if they work best in a group or against the kind of menaces we face. And he's like, "Hey, you'll get no real argument from me. Then again, you guys never seem to do much about the kingpins of this world either."
Come on.
Oh.
just wait till New Avengers. Sorry.
I was going to say Streets of Poison, but
Oh, yeah.
Matt Kona, Streets of Poison.
Yeah, I did just recently reread it. Oh yeah, it's a good one. It holds up.
Cap's like, you think you fight the Kingpin? You think he's scary? I've seen him in his underwear.
Yeah. Wrestling in Yankee Stadium
With the red skull.
while high on drugs.
And Cap says, "I know, and maybe it works best that way. What I'm saying is we are honored to call you a friend, but I don't think being a member of the Avengers is best for you." It's like, "I'm fired? Well, I wouldn't put it quite that way." "Hey, no problem, Cap. It's kind of a load off, if you know what I mean." I love how, the whole point of this conversation is, Spider-Man's not like a cosmic type guy. He's more, just like fighting down their supervillains. But then as he's swinging away, he goes, "Call me if Galactus comes around. Take care."
That could be the only good wisecrack.
Yeah, maybe the only good one for the entire.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense. It's like I'm not a cosmic type guy, but hey, if Galactus comes calling, hey, yeah, give me a call.
Yeah.
Give me a call.
You need a guy to make a blindfold for a giant? I got you.
Yeah. Well, my aunt actually beat him. Is what he's saying. What was that? Aunt May and Franklin Richards teamed up to beat Galactus. Yeah, Marvel team.
Yeah.
Hey, Cap,
Fed him a bunch of Twinkies.
I was gonna say, Cap, if Galactus shows up, call me. I got a secret weapon. My old doddering aunt and a truckload of Twinkies.
That's right.
And then we get the last panel. Cap's standing there smirking, saying, "Well, that wasn't easy. It rarely is, it seems. Let's just hope tomorrow is a little more relaxed." Well, no, three issues, Cap. No, it is not. It's,
No.
I thought it'll take longer than a month, but remember what's the next Avengers story? Oh, well, parts 1 and 2 we'll get to in October, and it's on a submarine.
Uh-huh.
Quasar starring in The Hunt for Red October.
But red spelled R-E-A-D.
Oh, nice.
Perfect.
Well,
Red October.
But it will only be good for like the first 2 episodes. Well, the first 2 parts of it. Then we'll have to come up with some kind of Thanksgiving pun.
Yeah. But we can work on that.
Hey, Robert Soshin.
We need a graphics guy, man.
Yes.
Because the Thanksgiving special could just be Quasar's dad face down in food.
Oh.
Okay, is that too distasteful?
Too soon.
It was really
Too soon. Too soon. We're not there yet.
He's hungry. He loves his food.
Oh, but I said, yeah, if anyone wants to give us October and November puns, Robert and Soshin. But, we did get another message from Soshin.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
I cannot watch the video this week. I already read it. No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's another announcement we got to make. But, okay, well, I'm looking in the wrong spot. Okay, there we go. Alright, so... Okay, oh, he was trying to watch us, I guess, but he got an error message. Okay, okay, here's his message. He said, "Hey, Phil, I sent you a message a couple weeks ago, but it must have gotten lost. No, Soshin, I just, I forgot to, he got those bootleg Quasar shirts, so... I don't want Disney lawyers after you, Soshin. Yeah. We need all our fans. But he said Robert's email must have the best analysis I've ever read for any piece of literature. It was spot on. I've got a ton of questions, so do we. But I'm afraid they are for issues that you guys will get to probably in February. Oh, so after January?
What's in January, everybody?
Mystery! We need a big promo to play at the beginning of every episode leading up to January. Do you like January? Do you like mystery?
Welcome to January into mystery.
Nice. But I guess for when we were talking about Quasar 10, he goes, as far as Dr. Minerva and Captain Atlas, I've read something that they might make an appearance in the Captain Marvel movie. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did hear Minerva, and I'm pretty sure Atlas.
She's one of the. I think she's one of the elite soldiers, like to the right of Carol when they're walking.
Wasn't it Star Force?
Unit. Yeah, I think it was the Star Force.
Yes, Star Force.
Star Force.
I think I've heard that name before somewhere.
That's right.
The Captain Marvel. I've also read that Captain Marvel is in it too. I'm hoping that the great Broccoli Eon might have a cameo in it as well. Keep up the great work, guys.
The great Broccoli. That's pretty awesome.
It is pretty cool. But yes, thank you for the feedback, Soshin. We love it. Keep it coming. And Robert, we haven't heard from you since those first two knowledge bombs you dropped on us.
Kree Star Force.
Nice.
Oh, look.
That's from Galactic Storm.
Will is literally a card-carrying member of the Kree Star Force.
And the Shi'ar. Wait, what was the name of the Shi'ar one?
Is it like the I don't want to say super soldiers, but
it's the Imperial Guard, of course.
Yes, the Imperial Guard. Yes. All right. So
announcement.
Yes, announcement. You should be following our page on Facebook, but we also have a group. Just search for the Quantum Zone and you'll find it. Like tonight, I put up what was it, yesterday or the day before, when we were going to be recording, so you'll be able to watch us live on YouTube if you want. I'll try to give you as much heads up as I can. So if you want to watch us live, there's a chat room. You can even question us live.
Pun with us live.
Oh, that's right. Give Matt Kona a run for his money.
Come on. Come at me.
Come at me, bro. Hey, how much pun can you lift? All right. So, anything else on our agenda? We got the Soshin's message. We got the group. Is there any Quasar news? Oh, we mentioned the trades coming in a few weeks. next episode, next 2 episodes, Quasar 11, then Quasar 12.
Yes.
Then
awesome.
we get to our 6-part hunt for Red October in October.
Well, I mean, I kind of feel like Quasar and the Avengers, it was none of the writers knew really what to do with him. They usually try to sideline him or do something else because...
Yeah, because, again, this was a space adventure, and he stayed on Earth the whole time, but then next episode, a lot of it's underwater on Earth. Quasar's there.
Yeah.
Plays a much bigger part in that. And then he's, like, kind of out until that membership drive thing, and then he really wasn't back much after that, was he?
And then Galactic Storm, was the
giant. Galactic Storm, and then he, like, left Earth for a good bit, so...
Yeah, I just feel like they never knew what to do with him there,
Yeah, and I think they were just like, he's out in space more, and I guess just timing and stuff. Mm-hmm. Too bad it's not in the present day. They don't give a crap about continuity these days.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, Wolverine could be in 6 books all at the same time, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, absolutely.
Like Black Panther's in the Avengers right now, but meanwhile in his own book, he's like off in space.
Okay. Well, that was something that I always felt kind of annoyed at, that Green Lantern never really contributed much to the really big DC crossovers.
Yes.
Because, and when I talk about Green Lantern, I'm going to let my bias show here. I mean, Hal Jordan, okay?
Oh, nice.
That's my Green Lantern, all right? I mean, Kyle Rayner's okay, and Gardner's okay, but John Stewart, but Hal's my man.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Is it October? It's either October or November. They're rebooting Green Lantern series. It's going to be a Hal Jordan-centric series written by Grant Morrison.
Yeah, I saw a little bit about that. That looks really kind of interesting. I'm kind of looking forward to it. And the art was going to be, what is his name? He did the Hulk at one point.
Yeah, is it that Liam? Is it
Liam? Yeah, like Liam
Sharp or something? Yeah.
It looks pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah.
But I've always felt they kind of used Green Lantern in, like, the Justice League way better than they used Quasar in the Avengers,
Yeah.
Just my opinion, which is mine, but that's about it.
And again, there's, like, multiple Green Lanterns, so it's like if Hal Jordan's not available, we can always throw John Stewart in there, Kyle Rayner,
Well, I thought they did a good job, too, differentiating each of the Green Lanterns.
Yeah.
Especially after Rebirth, which was awesome.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Bring back Quasar, and you can have all the Quasar, start some kind of Quasar Corps.
Yeah, exactly.
You like Wendell, you like Phyla, they're all here.
Yeah, the new girl.
Is it Avril?
Avril, yeah. Avril, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Marvel Boy.
Yeah, I mean, even if everybody doesn't have Quantum Bands, there's Nega Bands floating around there.
Lots of Nega Bands.
Exactly. Marvel, we'll write it.
Yes.
We have a comic book writer right here.
I do have a dream Quasar story that I would love to tell one of these days.
We've got a comic book writer. We got a guy who loves to write puns, and the guy who likes to supervise. Come on, Marvel!
What could go wrong, right? That's just a recipe for success, right there.
I'll play the Falco. I don't care. All right, so I think we hit everything. Captain Marvel trailer. We hit this issue. We even got in the Green Lantern. See, hey, man.
Yeah.
Give equal time. It's like Sunday morning. We give equal time to the opposing part.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys have anything else?
I'm good.
No, that's about it. Yeah.
All right, everyone. So, like I said, join us next time for Quasar number 11. Guest starring Excalibur.
Yeah.
Mutants!
All right. A little British in this book. Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Practice. We should make you do the whole next episode in that accent.
I'll give it a shot. All
Yes. All All right, everyone. Send us your thoughts. Do you think Matt Kona should do an accent for a whole episode? capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Well, if you haven't already, follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/QuantumZonePod. That's our page. And remember, follow the group, too, because we'll give you a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff and inside info and a whole bunch of fun stuff that you won't find on the regular page. So just search Quantum Zone Podcast on Facebook. You'll find us, the page and the group. At Quantum Zone Pod on Twitter, at CL Sidekicks on Twitter, and follow. We'll be there with all the other shows on Instagram under CL Sidekicks, and the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And Will, where can people find you reading
you can
Cosmos and Collision?
Again, yes. You can find me on Twitter, Wallred, WALLRED. Gmail the same. I've got wellallread.com, diaryofnight.com is my self-published book, and of course the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org.
Man of 1,000 or at least a handful of accents, Matt Kona, where can people find you?
You can find me on youtube.co.uk. Just search me. Search Matt Recap. We'll be coming out. We'll have episodes up by next week because we're going to try to publish a new video every day in October. We're going to start October talking about horror movies, but the show's not going to just be about that. It's called Yale Matt Recap Stuff, YAEL Matt Recap, on all the social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff.
You know what you should have did, how you branded it. Every episode should open with just like your wife on the couch, and then you walk in and say, "Hey, guess what we should watch today?" So that way you could call the show Matt Goes to Yale.
All
right. So yes, then thank you, Sochin, for the feedback. Everyone, send us feedback. We love feedback. But anyway, for another week, this has been the Quantum Zone. Back to Quasar, and then back.
And then back to the Avengers.
Our 6-part, it'll start as, Hunt for Red October, and then, Finding Nemo? Finding a Tuma? Finding a Tuma.
It's not a tumor.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's our holiday special. Some early Quasar appearances. Mm-hmm. Get some Captain America. Get some Hulk. And then January?
What was something happening in January? I can't remember.
It's a mystery.
Maybe.
January in Collision.
Nice. That's right. 2019 is gonna be hot, people. Mysteries, collisions. So join us and send your feedback. And remember, Quantum Zoners, keep it quantum.